Good morning. Oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful day out here today. I'm gonna give you a little view really quick. How do I do that? Here we go. All the green life is coming in. This forest is loving the rain that we just got. Hi Lisa. You looked so beautiful in your flower crown. Good morning. So, I haven't been on here in a little while, and it's because I was going through a little bit of a dark phase, like dark night of the soul. I had like one thing after another keep coming up for myself, like especially with my physical body. You're welcome, Lisa. I threw my back out, I hurt my leg, I hurt my hip, I had a cavity that turned into an emergency root canal. All the things just kept piling up and piling up. My cat is like, we're still trying to figure out what's going on with her. It is her 9th birthday today. So if you feel like sending a prayer of happy birthday to my cat, she would love it. And here's what I was learning through this experience. And we talk about this a lot. Hey, Paula. We talk about this a lot in our community, where when something physically happens or when something happens that's not to our preference, and I'm especially talking about physical pain right now because that's what I went through, right? So I'm just speaking to my experience. So take what you can where you can from this. Sometimes I think what happens is our bodies can attempt to communicate to us, and it's really inconvenient for us in the lives that we've created. And so we have this tendency to feel like it's a nuisance or betrayed by our body, when what it's actually doing is inviting us into a deeper level of love for ourselves. So for instance, I threw my back out. It was really bad this time. It's still not completely better. I'm going to be going to ortho to see what's actually happening. They think it's related to my hip. And the thoughts were, well, now I can't do this, and now I can't do this, and now I can't do this, and now I can't do this. And it was like, that was the initial thing that happened, where it was like, great, like this is so convenient, thanks. Like of all the other things that I have to do right now, like this is what you're doing to me, body. And it's a mental shift. First of all, no matter how you feel about it, you're gonna have to deal with it, right? Like it's there. You have the pain, you have the experience. So you can choose to think that way, and that would suck because you're gonna be feeling that way, thinking that way, beating yourself up, beating your body up, and going through it. Or you can choose to think about it differently. Now, I'm not saying to bypass like the grief that comes with physical pain at all. Like I think it's really important that we do feel like, oh, why is this happening? This stinks, and give yourself a time limit on how long you're willing to stay there. So I'm not at all saying to do like a spiritual bypass on this. It sucks. There's a grieving process that comes with physical pain. Feeling, whatever it is that you need to feel is just as important as shifting your perspective once you've moved through it. And I think that's the key, is being willing to shift, right? So you have those feelings, you have that, like why me? This is happening to me. And then once you're able to move through that, once you've given yourself time to process that, it's, okay, what is this asking of me and from me? How is this inviting me into a deeper level of love for myself? And I think that's key here, right? Because what this did is it caused me to go from, I kind of had fallen back into a rushed, urgent state of mind, urgent state of being. Lisa Henderson, it is so good to see your face on here. Hi, I love you. Oh, happy Mother's Day. I got so excited. So let me think, where did I go? How is this inviting me into a deeper level of love for myself? Because what it did is it stopped me from the pattern of urgency that I had fallen back into again, and it invited me to slow down and to be present and available to all the good that's happening in my life. When we are in a go, go, go mode, how do I want to word this? Have you ever ridden a bike versus drove in a car? And notice that when you're riding on a bike, you can really like smell all the scents and be present for all the things that are around you, and you see the colors more clearly because you're going at a slower pace. So when you're moving, hi babe, when you're moving at a slower pace, I think, we find that it's easier to be present and to feel the gratitude for everything that we have in our lives. And so this throwing out my back really invited me to take a look. Like, it was really fascinating, right? Because good morning. Because I didn't know that I was in a fast pace. I didn't know that I was stuck in that same pattern of urgency until I slowed down. And it was even part of my process was to be angry and frustrated that I couldn't keep moving fast, that like I had to get through, right? So it's like, this is stopping me, this is inconvenient. That was like before the pain itself. Actually, it came right after, right? Because you feel the pain and then you're like, oh, my body's betraying me, this is really inconvenient. So then you have to go through that, right? Processing that, and it's like, no, this isn't inconvenient. My body's asking me to deepen in my love for myself. Let me, check in and see how I can do that. So then you release that, and then you get to the pain. Now, here's another thing that I want to invite you to consider. Befriending the pain. Like, this was so powerful for me in moving through this. This wasn't happening to me. Like I said, at the beginning it was, and it's important to process that. It wasn't happening to me. It wasn't a nuisance. It wasn't something I needed to fix. It wasn't something I needed to get rid of. It was my friend. It was my companion. I made friends with it. I had conversations with it. What do you need from me today? And the energy behind the conversation was not, what do you need from me so you can go away? It was, what do you need from me so I can love you? What do you need from me so I can love you more? The answer is always love. Whenever you feel any pain, the answer is always maybe a question. What is love inviting me into here? Is this resonating? So it's feeling, really letting yourself have all the feels around what's going on, giving it a time limit, right? Grief, frustration, betrayal, having your time limit, a day max a day. And then after that, it's making the decision to see this as an opportunity for your good. How is this an opportunity for my good? And you source all the ways. You let it be a brainstorming activity of what could love possibly be asking me right now. And you can ask friends for help. My best friend just called me and asked me for support around something that she's going through right now. And it was great. All right, one last look. Hi, Laura. Look at this. All right, everybody. Great to be back. Love being back out on my walks. I really missed them. And I really appreciated the quiet time that I chose to give to myself in the dark night of the soul that I walked through. I'm still waiting to get my root canal cap. It's been quite a month. So, I love you all. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. And blessed be.